My name is Daniel. I was born in a small, quiet village called Green Hill. My father was a farmer, and my mother sold bread at the market. Life in the village was peaceful but slow. We didn't have much, but we were happy. One day, my father got a job offer in the city. It came with a small flat and a promise of a better life. We packed everything we owned into 2 bags and left the village behind. I was 16 when we moved. I had never seen buildings so tall. The roads were always busy. People were always in a hurry. I felt like a stranger. When I resumed school in the city, everything felt strange. The students laughed differently. They dressed differently. They didn't speak to me. I was just the village boy. I sat alone during breaks. I ate alone. I went home feeling empty. But everything changed the day Ella walked into class. It was a rainy Tuesday morning. The principal walked in with a girl by his side. She was tall, slim, and pale. Her skin was almost too perfect. Her eyes were light gray, almost silver. Her voice, when she said her name, was soft like a song. "Class, this is Ella. She'll be joining us starting today." She didn't smile. She just nodded and sat at the only empty seat, the one beside me. I swallowed hard. From that moment, people whispered. Some laughed, some looked scared, but no one spoke to her, not even the teacher. Ella nunca dijo mucho. She didn't eat during lunch. She didn't laugh at jokes. She didn't use a phone. But for some reason, she spoke to me. "Hi," she said one afternoon. "You're Daniel, right?" I nodded. My heart was beating fast. "You're not like the others," she added. That was the beginning. Over time, we became friends. She waited for me after school. We walked home together. She listened when I spoke, even when I said foolish things. She laughed at my jokes, even when they weren't funny. But I started noticing strange things. One day I saw her stare at the sun without blinking. Another time, I saw her talk to a stray cat, and the cat seemed to understand. At school, her answers were always perfect. Too perfect. One teacher even accused her of cheating, but couldn't prove anything. Once I touched her hand, and it was ice cold. I asked her about it, and she simply said, "I'm different." I wanted to know more. So one day after school, I followed her quietly. She didn't go home. She walked far, to the edge of the city, to an old factory. She walked in. I waited. After 10 minutes, I walked in too. What I saw made my heart stop. Ella stood in front of a machine, a giant screen showing images and lights. And in the middle of the room was a tall figure in white. It wasn't human. It looked like a machine. But it spoke. "Ella, you've stayed too long. Your mission is complete." "I don't want to leave yet," Ella replied. "You were not made to feel. You were made to observe." "I don't care. I feel now. I care now. About him." I stepped on something. It made a loud crack. Ella turned around. Her eyes were wide. "Daniel, you followed me?" The figure turned too. I couldn't speak. I was frozen. Ella walked toward me. "I'm not like you," she said, tears in her eyes. "I was made, not born. I'm not real." I stepped back. "You're a robot," she nodded slowly. "I was created to study human emotion, human behavior, but I wasn't supposed to feel. Somehow I do now." I couldn't breathe. My chest hurt. "So everything was a lie?" I asked. "All the moments? The friendship?" "No," she said, reaching for my hand. "That was real. You made me real." Tears dropped from her eyes. Or maybe it was just water. I didn't know. They came for her the next morning. I was in class when the door opened. 4 men in black suits entered. Behind them was the figure I saw at the factory. "Ella," it said, "you must come now." "No," I whispered. "Please, don't." She stood up slowly. She looked at me one last time. "I wish I was human, Daniel," she said. "I wish I could stay." She walked away without another word. I ran after them, screaming, crying, begging. But they were gone, just like that. Days passed, then weeks. Ella never came back. I sat at the same desk, alone again. People still laughed at me, called me the crazy boy who fell in love with a machine. I didn't care. She was more human than most of them. At night, I would dream of her voice, her smile, the way she listened, the way she said my name. I never loved anyone like I loved her, and maybe I never will. 1 month later, I found something in my locker. A note, small, folded. It had no name on it. Inside it read, "I am still watching the sun the way you taught me to. I miss you. I feel everything. I hope that's enough." I broke down, right there, in front of everyone, and I didn't even care.